What's up, YouTube family? I know I haven't recorded in a minute, but I came across this comment on one of my older videos, and I'll post the link to the video in the description box to this video. And want to make a video because this is a perfect example of a breeder who does not like you holding a reflection to their faces to show them what kind of vile, disgusting, needy, pathetic, sadistic, evil humans that they are when they replicate. They come on a page and talk about meaningless, fleeting bullshit that don't mean nothing to nobody over here. You can go through all my videos and I probably have maybe one or two videos about the rat race, which indirectly is about money, but I don't really talk about money. Money is fleeting. Money is arbitrary. Money is fake and made up in this fucking system that we're living in. But because they cannot articulate an actual argument to my standpoint, because everything I'm saying is factual and correct, they result to the name calling, saying I'm childish, I'm lazy, I'm selfish, I'm entitled, blah, blah, blah. Which is fine. You can have your opinion. I really don't care. But what do you have to back up what you're saying? What facts do you have to back up what you're saying? My facts to you procreating in a world full of diseases, illnesses, government tyranny, 9-to-5 work slavery, poison water, poison food, murder, rape, injustice, inequality, depression, anxiety, jealousy, rage, anger. I mean, the list goes on of what filth we're dealing with here. My proof for that's not unconditional love is in the pudding. When you see the suffering on people's faces, no matter where they are in that phase of suffering, it could be when they're 1, 2, or 90 years old, it doesn't matter. But when you look at that person suffering, the proof is in the fucking pudding that you were brought into existence to please somebody's delusional fairy tale desire for whatever the fuck they had going on, for whatever needs or desires that they had. And people pretend like they're doing that shit for society, and it's fucking fake. Nobody in society is doing shit for free for any fucking body. We're all paying somebody to do something. So how can you call me entitled? What proof do you have that I'm entitled to anything? Imagine the entitlement to believe that you need to create your own compet to come into the world to work and die for you because that's what you want. Imagine that kind of entitlement. But see, this comment was under a video about unconditional love. And see, every human in society has been programmed to believe that DNA replication equals love. They can't even figure out why they can't stand their own fucking parents. But they think they're just supposed to just be there for their parents and force themselves to love their parents. And I know many people say, well, that's not true. I love my parents. I love them to death. I have unconditional love with my parents. And I love my parents to death. They've done everything for me. They go out of their way for me. But I'm going to just ask you this. If everybody just existed and nobody was born to anybody and none of us really had parents, right? None of us really had a family. Would you fuck with your parents? Would you fuck with your family? If, say for example, your parents were just your next door neighbors. Like, they weren't your parents, right? In another reality, they were not your parents. You did not come from them. But these same set of people, these same two people were your next door neighbors. Would you fuck with them? Would you go over and have barbecue with them? If your answer is yes, then sure, fine. You love your parents. Good for you. But if your answer is hell no, shit, I'd move. Or shit. You know what? Saying that they're your neighbors is not even enough. It's not even enough to make this a good example, because your neighbors don't know what you got going on behind closed doors. When you go outside and you say good morning to your neighbors, you got a smile on your face. You're jolly and you're happy. And you say good morning. But they don't know you could be a demon behind closed doors. So you probably would fuck with those set of people if they just were your neighbors, right? But imagine if everybody was just on this planet, nobody was born to anybody. Would you befriend your parents or your family, your cousins and stuff of that nature? So I find comments like this hilarious, because my page is not even about money. My page isn't about getting rich or the lack of wealth. My page is not even barely about economics, the Ponzi scheme. All of this shit is made up anyways, right? But humans have been conditioned to believe that the shit is real and they need to uphold it and revere it and work hard towards it. But this person is making an irrelevant comment under a video about unconditional love because they cannot formulate an actual debate to what I'm saying. They can't formulate an argument to save their life. They're grasping at straws. And I had another person commenting something very similar about money. Or you're just mad because you're broke. You're mad because you don't have money. I'm the same person that went years living on my own, paying my own bills, and I did not go to a 9-to-5. I did not work, but I was paying my own bills. Not many people can fucking do that. Not to say I'm rich. I'm not rich by a long shot, but I'm good. I don't complain about fucking money. I complain about a system. I complain about a system. It's not about money. And I can understand somebody feeling like I'm entitled because I'm in the world, right? But I never asked to be here and nobody else did. But we're here. So we have to use up resources because we're here. Because somebody thought it was a good idea to fuck us into existence. But that's never what we wanted. We didn't ask for this shit, and we're putting an end to it. We're ending our bloodline. So you don't have to worry about my child being entitled to a fuck thing in society. And the people who say you haven't contributed anything to society, what do I owe society? Tell me, what do I owe society? Because every service in society is a paid service. Damn near everything, right? Except for your library. The library is about the only thing free, and that's coming out of your taxes. And school and all that shit comes out of your taxes, and we're being taxed every single time we turn a corner. We're being taxed out of our check. We're being taxed when you buy food, clothes. Well, not food, but clothes. Your home is taxed. Your property is taxed. Your car is taxed. You're paying tolls. So we're taxed for everything. And we're paying for everything. So what else do I fucking owe society? That's a rhetorical question. Because I don't owe society a fucking thing. I paid my way. I paid my dues. And breeders usually say you don't contribute anything to society when they find out that you're child free and you're not bringing another slave into the world. That's usually when they come up with you're selfish, you're entitled, and you don't contribute anything to society. That's usually their go-to. They think that a society that would watch you struggle, watch you go homeless, jobless, houseless, carless, take away everything that you own, deserves your free labor for you to breed another exploitive, consuming slave into the world for their fucking desire. That is called entitlement. To think you're entitled to a woman's womb just because she was born onto this random floating rock, you feel entitled to her womb, You think she should do free labor for you and society. When society would watch that same woman, because I could literally come up with a story right now of a woman whose 2 kids died in a car of carbon monoxide because she was sleeping in her fucking car outside of, I think it was a casino, because she was homeless. Now, I don't know if she was homeless from gambling addiction, because it's kind of funny that she was in front of a casino, but that's probably the only place that she could find to park her vehicle. I'm not sure, right? But she reached out to so many different services to try to get assistance and try to get help. And none of these so-called services ever gave her a handout or helped her. This same society will watch you struggle and die. And then turn around and say that you owe them something. The mindset of you breeders you're very, very sick and delusional. You're sick and delusional. It's unfortunate that the whole world supports your delusional mindset. Otherwise, I would tell you to seek help. But any help you seek would support your delusional mindset. Oh, you were brought into the world, so now you owe society. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? The same society that will walk past people sleeping in tents, all of a sudden get their pennies in a bunch when Canada states that these people should have the option to peacefully exit this existence. All of a sudden it's, oh no, you can't do that to the homeless. That's inhumane. We must help them. The whole time they were sleeping in tents, darling, you never thought in your mind that they needed fucking help. You thought they were junkies that didn't deserve anything. So that's the mindset of human beings. They're very two-faced. They're double-minded. They're constantly moving the goalposts. Confused, delusional, sadistic, evil, vile creatures. And they don't fucking deserve anything. They actually deserve to suffer greatly. The majority of them. They deserve to rot and perish. Because their mindset is just too fucking twisted. I got a twisted ass mindset too, not gonna lie. But I'm not double-minded and I'm not two-faced. I say what I mean and I mean what the fuck I say. And that's one thing I hate is double-minded confusion. It's very double-minded confusion to walk by the same group of homeless people every day. Think in your mind, look at these junkies. Look at these alcoholics. Why don't they get a job? Why don't they work? They're always asking and begging. And then when they're offered a peaceful exit to leave this existence, all of a sudden, it's no. We can't treat our homeless people that way. That's inhumane, which it's not inhumane, right? As long as it's not being forced on them. As long as they're not being coerced to do it, it's not inhumane if you give somebody that option. But these sick fucks who don't have a mind of their own, who cannot formulate a thought of their own, all their thoughts are programs from different sources. I like to say the magic school bus. Because if you know anything about this show really tried to teach us that this world was just some miracle. Some grand miracle, some divine miracle. Oh, the magic school bus is going to grow wings and turn and take us on a field trip. And we're going to go learn about this human meat sack, this disgusting human meat sack. And we're going to make it look like it's just a divine miracle, and we're going to sprinkle it with fairy dust. So I like to say the magic school bus fairy tale that this is some divine occurrence and we must worship life. We must revere it. We must put it on a pedestal. You must not ever speak negatively about life. How dare you? This is a blessing and a miracle. How the fuck is it a miracle, and what the hell are we comparing it to? And if it's such a goddamn divine miracle and it's such divinity, what's the objective purpose to it? What's the end goal here? Are we all just continuing to replicate for millions of years until the sun fucking gets exhausted and goes out? What's the point of that? What's the fucking point of that? And I want to know, when we get to that point, what's your money going to mean at that point? What good is your money going to be? What good is your money going to be? If you ever seen the movie, what's the name of that movie again? Purge. I don't remember if it's Purge 2 or 3. Where these elite people, wealthy people, thought they were untouchable because they had wealth, they had money. And it all blew up in their faces. Because money at the end of the day is not going to save you when it comes down to survival of the fittest. It's really not going to help you unless you have a bunker to fucking save your pathetic life. But my page isn't about money. My page isn't about wealth. My page isn't about the lack of wealth or getting money or making money. I probably have a couple of videos discussing that because we need it to survive at the end of the day. But that's not my focus here. My focus is speaking on a system and how we continue to uphold a fucked up, unequal, unjust system through procreation. All right, I'm out.